Most retirees do not lose control of their money from one giant mistake. They lose control when too many monthly payments follow them into a life with no paycheck. That is what makes financing so dangerous after 65. The purchase may feel affordable in the moment because the payment looks small. But retirement is not only about whether you can make the payment this month. It is about whether that payment steals flexibility from the next 5, 10, or 15 years. A payment that felt normal at 45 can feel heavy at 70. When you are working, you can usually recover. You can work overtime, you can get a raise, you can wait for the next paycheck. But in retirement, the money system changes. Income often becomes fixed. Prices keep moving, and every new payment becomes one more hand reaching into the same pool. This does not mean retirees should never spend money. That would be a miserable way to live. Retirement should have comfort, family, travel, hobbies, and some enjoyment. But there is a big difference between buying something and letting that purchase follow you around every month. The first thing retirees should be very careful financing after 65 is a new car. This is one of the most common traps because a car payment feels normal. Most people have had car payments for decades, so they do not think twice about carrying one into retirement. But a car payment in retirement is not the same as a car payment during your working years. A $500 monthly payment is $6,000 a year. Over 5 years, that is $30,000 before insurance, gas, repairs, tires, registration, and maintenance. And here is the part people ignore. A new car often increases other costs too. Insurance may go up. Repairs may be more expensive. Property taxes or registration fees may be higher, depending on the state. So the real cost is not just the payment. Many retirees tell themselves, "I deserve something reliable." And that is fair. Reliability matters. Nobody wants to be stranded on the side of the road at 72. But reliability and luxury are not the same thing. A dependable used car paid in cash can protect retirement. A large loan on a vehicle chosen for comfort, status, or emotion can slowly drain it. Wealthy retirees often understand this better than people think. They are not always driving the newest car. They often drive the car that keeps their monthly life simple. The goal is not to impress the neighbors in the driveway. The goal is to avoid a payment that quietly eats your peace every month. The second thing retirees should think twice before financing is a home upgrade that does not lower costs, improve safety, or solve a real problem. There is nothing wrong with fixing your home. In fact, some repairs are necessary. A leaking roof, unsafe stairs, bad plumbing, poor insulation, or an old heating system can become serious problems if ignored. Those are not vanity purchases. Those are protection. The danger is financing upgrades that look good but do not really improve retirement. A new kitchen because the old one feels outdated. A fancy bathroom because the neighbor remodeled theirs. A patio, new flooring, custom cabinets, expensive landscaping, or a cosmetic project that adds a monthly payment without making daily life safer or cheaper. A $250 monthly home improvement payment is $3,000 a year. Over 10 years, that is $30,000. And for many retirees, that payment sits on top of property taxes, insurance, utilities, repairs, and normal maintenance. The tricky part is emotional. A home carries memories. Many people want to make it beautiful, especially if they plan to stay there for the rest of their life. That is understandable. But retirement money should first protect the home before it decorates the home. The better question is simple. Will this upgrade make me safer, lower my future costs, protect the value of the house, or improve my daily life enough to justify the payment? If the honest answer is no, it may be better to wait, save, or choose a smaller version. The problem is not improving your home after 65. The problem is using debt to make the house look richer, while the monthly budget becomes poorer. The third thing retirees should avoid financing is vacations. This one is uncomfortable, because retirement is supposed to be the time to enjoy life. Many people waited decades to travel. They raised children, worked long hours, delayed dreams, and told themselves, one day. So no, the message is not never travel. The message is that a vacation should not come home with you as a monthly bill. A trip can be wonderful while you are there, and stressful after you return. That is the danger. The cruise is over, the photos are taken, the family has gone home, but the payment remains. And every month after that, retirement income is being used to pay for a memory that already happened.
If a vacation costs $6,000 and it is financed over 2 years, that can still be taking money from your retirement long after the excitement is gone. Add interest, fees, insurance, upgrades, restaurants, and souvenirs, and the real number can be much higher than expected. Wealthy retirees often travel, but many of them travel from planned money, not emotional debt. They decide what they can spend, they save for it, they pay for it, and then they come home without dragging the trip behind them. That is the difference. A vacation paid with planned cash can create joy. A vacation paid with debt can create pressure. And retirement should not become a cycle of borrowing from tomorrow to feel free today. The fourth thing retirees should be very careful financing is adult children's problems. This may be the most emotional one on the list. Parents want to help. That does not stop just because the children become adults. If anything, retirement can make it harder because now there may be grandchildren, divorces, job losses, rent problems, medical bills, car trouble, student loans, and endless emergencies. Helping family is not the issue. The issue is financing another adult's lifestyle or repeated mistakes with money that is supposed to protect your own retirement. It might start small, a phone bill, then a car repair, then help with rent, then a loan for a business idea, then co-signing a vehicle, then putting something on your credit card because they promise they will pay it back. But if a retiree takes on a $400 monthly burden for an adult child, that is $4,800 a year. Over 5 years, that is $24,000. And the painful part is that sometimes the money does not solve the problem. It only delays the lesson. This is where many good parents get trapped. They confuse love with rescue. They feel guilty saying no. They worry their child will struggle. They worry the grandchildren will suffer. So they keep giving, lending, co-signing, and financing, even when their own future becomes less secure. But a retirement account is not a family emergency fund for everyone else. It took decades to build. Once it is gone, it is very hard to rebuild at 70 or 75. A strong boundary is not a lack of love. Sometimes it is the only way to protect yourself from becoming dependent later, and that matters too. The fifth thing retirees should avoid financing is furniture, electronics, and lifestyle upgrades sold as small monthly payments. This is how small payments become dangerous. One store offers a couch for $79 a month. Another offers a phone upgrade for $30 a month. Then a television, a mattress,
a computer, a subscription plan, a membership, a warranty, a payment plan for something that used to be bought once and forgotten. Each payment looks harmless by itself, but 3 payments of $79 become $237 a month. That is $2,844 a year. And because the payments are small, people often do not feel the damage until the budget starts feeling tight. Retailers understand this very well. They do not want you thinking about the full price. They want you thinking about the monthly number. That is why only $79 a month feels easier than almost $3,000 a year. After 65, monthly payments should be treated with suspicion. Not fear, but suspicion. Because every payment reduces freedom. Every payment makes the next month less flexible. Every payment makes it harder to adjust if prices rise, health changes, or the market drops. This is why wealthy retirees often seem boring with money. They are not always chasing the newest thing. They are not trying to prove they can still afford everything. They understand that peace is often worth more than another upgrade. The pattern is simple. Financing feels like freedom at the beginning because it lets you have something now. But in retirement, it can become the opposite. It turns today's purchase into tomorrow's obligation. The question is not, can I make the payment? That question is too small. The better question is, do I want this payment following me around during retirement? Because retirement money has a different job. It is not just for buying things. It is for protecting independence, reducing stress, covering surprises, helping you sleep, and making sure you do not become trapped by decisions that looked affordable at the time. So before financing anything after 65, pause and ask, will this make my retirement safer, calmer, or more flexible? If the answer is no, it may not be worth the monthly chain. A strong retirement is not built by saying yes to every payment you can technically afford. It is built by keeping your future self free. What is one thing you think retirees should never finance after 65?